Hey guys, today we're gonna find out how much your coffee habit is actually costing you. Take a look. Let's get into it.
Coffee. We're kind of all addicted to it, and it gets our day started, so.
Welcome to Money Monday. Coffee B-roll sequence initiated.
So I'd like to introduce you guys to my good friend Alex. Now Alex knows and drinks a lot of coffee, but most of us will go to Starbucks for hours. Side note, the absence of a Starbucks within about a mile radius is usually a good sign that you're somewhere in the hood. That and you see laundromats, but maybe that's just Vegas. Perhaps you go to Intelligentsia, or maybe you like Blue Bottle. You're a real connoisseur, but regardless, most of us will expect to pay somewhere between $4 to $5 for our cup of coffee. So,
let's assume that you get a cup of coffee every day that you go to work. That's not as uncommon as you might think, and we'll use the average $4.50 a day, which makes $22.50 a week, or $90 a month, or $1,080 a year. Now that's a lot of money to budget for something you might not even think twice about spending. But maybe you're saying, yeah, $1,000? I'm a working professional, I got that. But thinking this way, even though perfectly rational and makes perfect sense, it's actually very misleading and still far from the $27,000 that I'm claiming up on the title. So how did I get there? Let's pretend that you make money from passive income streams, like you should. And this could be anything, your stock portfolio, your 401k, or maybe even dividends. And let's assume that they pay you a very generous and a very solid 4% per year. So the question is, how much money do you need invested at that rate to be able to make $1,080 a year? Or in other words, how much money do you need working for you to support your coffee habit? This is where it gets interesting, so let's do some basic algebra and figure it out. All right, so this is going to be the problem. $1,080 is 4% of what? This is what we're solving for. We are solving for x, so let us convert it into an actual equation. So 1,080 is equals 4%, we're gonna convert it to decimal point, times, which is of, x. This is our variable. So we're going to do the opposite of multiplication to both sides, which is division. We're gonna divide this by 0.04 and divide this by 0.04. The final problem is 1,080 divided by 0.04, which, as you guessed it, comes out to be $27,000. Now that's a ton of money to have invested. Most people by the age of 30 don't have $27,000 saved, let alone invested and labeled into some account that's, says coffee fund. That's not a thing, it doesn't happen. And I'm not saying that you should abandon your coffee habit, but maybe there's a better way of going about it. All right, guys, this is my friend Alex and his fancy coffee machine. He makes the best coffee. Super delicious. Alex, based on this machine, which cost a couple grand, how much does each cup of coffee cost you, taking like the beans, the milk, and all the ingredients into consideration?
Well, to break it down, for 6 to 8 ounce cup of coffee, the cost for the milk is around 30 cents.
Okay.
And for the coffee, probably 80 cents.
Right.
So total, 1.1.
So $1.10 for each cup. And you've made 3,174 cups, which...
So divided by 2, because I do a double shot on every drink I make.
Okay.
So let's just say 1,600. If you were to go to Starbucks, it would have cost you 7,200.
Right, because 1,600 times the
4.5.
average, $4.50. That would cost him $7,200 if he was to go to, let's say, a coffee shop and buy this every day.
Yes, but because I make it at home, it cost me 1.1 per cup.
Yeah.
So cost me a total of 1,700.
And this is fancy coffee. This isn't like your average
so
coffee
if
shop.
if you're not a coffee snob like me, you can get like a regular beans from grocery store. It probably cost you $10 for like a gigantic bag.
Yeah.
That would probably cost you like 50 cents per cup. So anyways, 7,200 minus 1,700, I saved myself about 5,000. So it
That's
pays
amazing.
itself. I got this for free.
That, by the way, is after 2 years of using this machine. Like imagine after, 5 or 6 years, the average is only gonna continue to go lower and lower and lower. Ooh, my arm's on fire. Oh, This thing is heavy. Okay, let's resume. So $5,000. So this machine basically paid for itself, which is pretty amazing. I'm not saying you guys should go out and buy this fancy machine, but I mean, if you could stop drinking coffee or maybe invest in something like this, you would save a lot of money down the line, which Alex, is he gonna quit coffee? So I'm not saying you should drop drinking coffee altogether or go out and buy an expensive machine, but if you can't do either of those, then do you have $27,000 to spend on coffee? Because I don't. I mean, I really don't. What am I doing with my life? So if you guys loved this video, go ahead and like that hit button and subscribe that smash button, and I will see you guys every Monday and beyond. I also do card tricks and magic tricks. They're pretty cool. You should take a look at that too. Thanks for watching. See you guys.